How's it going, Internet? I'm WavePunk, and this is Trackmania Tuesdays. I'm sorry I missed videos yesterday, but we'll get back on that. We'll stay on things. Today I want to talk about why do I want to shoutcast? Why do I shoutcast, and why do I shoutcast Rocket League specifically? The big reason, and I don't know, I know I've talked about this in a few videos over the years. I'm not sure if I've ever made an actual video specifically about this, and I might make one of those soon. But the reason I started YouTube in the first place was that I was at a young age, like 10 or something, diagnosed with a bunch of different learning disabilities, from like ADD to dysgraphia, dyslexia, and all this sort of stuff. And it expresses itself in a couple different ways, and I've had like therapy for it, and it helped a lot, but it didn't fully, fix everything. And the big kind of overarching symptom that still pops its head up all the time is this inability to get thoughts out of my mind in any way, shape, or form. Either writing them down, or typing them out, or speaking them, any way, shape, or form, that sort of thing, where I'm having trouble getting a thought from my head out of my mouth, and it gets jumbled up usually. The words kind of get twisted around, or other words get put in. And so I really want to get better at that. That's something that it's something about myself I want to improve. So I started looking for avenues, ways that I could do that, and YouTube was something I was always really interested in. And esports was something I was always interested in. And so shoutcasting, that made sense. That was literally what that was. That's entirely what shoutcasting is. Looking at something, having it go into your mind, understanding what you're looking at, and then putting it back out in the form of words for people to understand. And so I was like, this would be a really good opportunity. This is something that would be cool, and something that I've always wanted to do. I love esports, and my background is in performance. My background is also in technical production of like theater and lighting and video and all that sort of stuff. These are the sorts of things that I have spent my life doing, and I've always wanted to be involved in esports in some way. And so I've been kind of looking at the different avenues that are out there, but I think that shoutcasting is the one that I've kind of settled on at this point. I wanted to be involved in some way, and shoutcasting seemed like a good way to kind of do that and take care of these things that I wanted to improve in myself. So shoutcasting was good. But why Rocket League? Rocket League is not actually like my first love, especially as far as esports goes. I've always been kind of a first-person shooter person. Halo was my first big love in gaming, and I would love to do Halo shoutcasting at some point in the future. But one of the things about Halo, and things about a lot of games that are big esports right now, is that it's this big emphasis on players' view, on watching it from the view that the players are playing from. And you don't, the maps, the way that they're built, you don't necessarily get this like good kind of overarching sense of what's going on globally in the game. And that's a big thing for me. I have to be able to see what's going on all over the place for me to feel like I know how to commentate correctly, how to shoutcast correctly. And that's a thing that is totally a thing in Rocket League. You have this kind of, from any perspective, as long as the player's got ball cam on, you've got a very good chance of being able to understand what's happening across the field. And with spectator mode and replay mode, you have these tools at your disposal that allow you to kind of back up and view the whole field and see everything that's going on. And that's a big deal to me. The fact that I can easily, with Rocket League, go and find other people's replays and bring them in and shoutcast on top of them and stuff, and the fact that I can do that in a spectator form and do that for live matches, these are things that exist in some capacity in Halo, but maybe the fact that it's console locked makes it more difficult. And it just wasn't something that I felt like I had the tools I needed to become a good shoutcaster, but those tools were provided by Rocket League. So that was the game that I picked, and I was like, I can do this. I have all the things I need to just practice this and get better at it. And it's a young scene, it's a brand new scene. It's the scene that I would watch the shoutcasters, and I was like, these guys are good, but I think I can do this, as good as, if not better than they can. So let me see if I can do that, And it was a good opportunity. I kind of got on it at the right time, and I've loved doing it. I've loved being a part of this community and really having like a really active way to participate in kind of a unique role. And so I've really enjoyed that. And yeah, getting back to the thing about getting thoughts out of my mind, and out of my mouth. There's this thing about doing it live, about when I'm sitting there. This is part of the reason why I quit doing the Rocket Replay videos. When I'm doing it live, when I'm standing, and watching the game, and I know people are listening, and if I make mistakes, they're going to be gone as fast as they were made, and just keep going, just keep rolling. There's this point where I can reach where there's kind of this serenity, where thoughts are in my mind and they're just going straight out my mouth. They're just coming out and I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just watching the game. I'm just processing. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. And those are the moments when I can talk blazing fast and people will be like, wow, you talk really fast there. And it's because just in that moment, my brain figures it out. It figures out how to get the thoughts out cleanly and succinctly. And it goes a million miles an hour. And it's just this amazing feeling to look back on it and be like, wow, I did it. I did what I was trying to do. So that's a really big deal to me. Like, it's one of those things that people watching probably like, oh, this guy just knows how to talk really fast. And it's like, no, you don't understand. This is something I never can do in real life. And it is such a big deal to me to be able to finally find this thing that I can do that other people enjoy, that I can also achieve this level of communication that I've been striving for my whole life. So that's a big deal to me. And that's why I Shoutcast. That's why I love Rocket League. That's why I love esports. In a nutshell, maybe I'll talk more about why I love esports in particular in the future. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, all the good YouTuber stuff. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.